Also, where is the key we are looking for? Yeah, so is it maybe here? Nope. What I wonder is it possible to actually avoid that person altogether? Because I saw them coming, and I was standing next to the box we were supposed to loot, and I was thinking to myself, I could run right now and try to avoid this being seeing me. On one hand, I do kind of want to see if that's possible, but then on the other hand, I was like, well, then again, this is probably important to encounter whatever this thing is, so I'll stick around for it. But I do wonder if it's possible to maybe get this whole thing done without ever actually having to engage with the Alp. And it legitimately, in that case, does become a stealth mission of sorts. Yeah, the box was locked anyway, but, like, if we could... So we would have basically needed to run away from the box and then find wherever the key was. Well, did we get the key off of the Alp? I didn't think we did. I thought we were still looking for that. Thought we were still looking for that. And you don't actually get it from the Alp, in which case, I was going to say, basically, you avoid the Alp when you're standing next to the chest. Run around trying to find the key while avoiding the Alp. Continuing to avoid the Alp. And then, once you do get the key, you, well, open the chest without the Alp noticing you. I don't know if the Alp, like, camps next to the chest. That's possible. In which case, maybe it becomes impossible to succeed in that task, but at least an interesting thought to consider that. Where the heck is the thing we're looking for? Like, here is the box in question. So, like, this is where we were standing. Like, I was standing right here, saw, like, or maybe right here, saw the Alp rounding this corner. I was like, do we bolt? And basically use the maze-like structure to avoid it noticing us, but also, where the heck? Oh, hold on. What's this? Notes of a death row convict. Sun is now rising. I shall make use of its light to write this letter before they come to make me, or take me to the gallows. I do not know who shall read it, or indeed if anyone shall. Perhaps I am writing only to myself, to cast this out before my execution and cleanse my heart. Yes, I killed him. Until now, I have lied in an attempt to avoid punishment. I still believe he deserved death for what he did to me. Did I do wrong? Perhaps. Yet he was most assuredly a bad man, one who deserved death. God shall make the final judgment, and they shall deliver the sentences, mine and his. I hear the guard's steps. May the gods watch over my soul. Yeah, but see, you're all like, the gods should decide their fate, and then you decided to kill the guy because you thought you knew best, so, like, you know, it's kind of against your own reasoning. This is the thing we're looking for. Clerk's diary and the old key. So, like, could we have gotten here without the Alp noticing and then made it back to the chest without the Alp noticing, open up the chest, and then run without ever having to actually fight the Alp? Maybe. I'd just be curious to see if anyone has tried to do that, or if anyone succeeded at doing that. Because the thought crossed my mind. Fragment of a journal soiled with blood and spinal fluid. Ugh. It pretended to be just another day as a clerk at the ducal treasury. Start the morning with a baguette and camembert, then shuffle some parchments and head for home before dusk. Today, however, the normal order of things was disturbed. Dramatically. I came across a highly interesting note in the archives, and, along with it, a key. The key is the more interesting find because, according to what I could decipher from the dust-covered scribblings on the note, it opens a chest full of gold coins. But I'm getting ahead of myself. While doing some routine straightening of the files, I found a report outlining procedures for the reform of Bastoy Prison. Orders straight from Duke Henry Gras. We all are aware how badly this experiment ended, for the ruins of that prison to this day frighten any potential tourists with their battered skeletons and legends about howling spirits of the murdered guards. Yet, I did not know that hiding among the abandoned ruins there was a chest and that its key was lying right under my nose. The chest supposedly contains crowns meant for the purchase of books and rations for the inmates of Bastoy. one of the clerks employed here at the time committed a sin of omission and sent the key to the warden without the key. Wait, and sent the chest to the warden without the key. Yet perhaps that was for the best. The warden was impaled, and the guards all skinned alive, meaning those degenerates would have also got their hands on the chest had he not received the key. Or had he received the key. As it is, might the chest still be there, unopened? I believe it is the chest we were just looking at. Folks say a curse has fallen on that place. Dark power brought by the bestiality of the murders it beheld. But folk also say that Ophiri will become Emperor of Nilfgaard and Herald of the End of the World, so there's not much point giving any such jabbering much credence. TOUSSAINT prison experiment. Interesting. So this is actually showing up as an entirely different quest. I was assuming this was going to give us the diagram. It may still do that. It may basically be a 2-in-1 super value situation. Okay, now also, like, where's the chest? It's like, gets confusing navigating all around here. I think it was there. Well, obviously it's in the circle. Here. This guy. Okay, so that is the TOUSSAINT workers experiment. Or TOUSSAINT prison experiment. Work order is probably what I was reading there to mix those things up. Then we have Ducal Guard Captain, armor and trousers diagrams. That's all cool. But what about... Okay. Blue to red. Mutagen transmitter. I thought we were getting close to having all the color transitioning formulae, but apparently we didn't. But, I mean, the primary thing we were looking for was the Witcher School diagram, which we've not yet found. It's apparently still here somewhere. But where exactly is the question? And I think I just found the answer. Linen and rope. What is this? Little... something in the wall? Just in the wall. Prisoner's journal and diagram Manticore steel sword. Let's read up. I don't think we read up the previous thing as well. Prisoner's journal. 30 Burke 1201. My fellow captive, Merton. Wait, so is this was the one we got from the previous chest, I think, and then the one that we're going to read after this is the one that we just got from the hole in the wall. My fellow captive, Merton, who for so many months kept his neck stiff, mocked my faith in Leviota, and praised the joys of a riotous life, today broke down completely. He admitted he had wasted his God-given time on pleasures of the flesh, and all that he had to show for it were chains and indignities. I tried to lift his spirits, to tell him there is another path, that he can cast off his past habits and devote his life to Leviota and his teachings. For now, my consoles have fallen on deaf ears, but I believe he will one day convert and listen to the truth. Illegible entry. 17 llamas. Unfortunately, there's only one L in that llama, and there's 2 M's in that llama. But, 1202. It is shocking how pleasantly I now converse with Merton. It beggars belief to think we once could not bear each other's presence. He's a man transformed, metamorphosed. I fear he has accepted his new path. I feel he has accepted his new path. He devours greedily all I tell him about Leviota and his teachings. What rapture it is that, in this dank and dark dungeon, Prophet sent me a sinner and gave my life meaning. Plotted entry, 43rd Lath, 1203. It is over. Vern has served his sentence and left these accursed dungeon walls. The teachings which I have tried to pass on to him during these last dozen months have clearly taken root. Merton has vowed to go on a pilgrimage, which will let him cast off his old ways and open doors for a new life. As I advised, he will go first to the cave where Leviota received enlightenment, and on whose walls he carved 4 of his great truths. Hope the aura of that place will help Merton, as it has helped many before him, achieve cleansing and gain strength to continue his pilgrimage onto his next station, which I advised him should be rest illegible. Okay. Then the work order. Okay, now this was the one I think that came from the first chest. This one actually gives us, in theory, a quest. We'll see what happens once we close out of this. By decree of His Illustrious Grace, Duke Henry III, Jacques Olex, Warden of Bastoy Prison, is required to implement the following reforms. First, dismiss half the prison's guard staff. Second, forbid the use of corporeal force against the inmates. Third, discontinue punishment by dark cells, limited rations, and flogging. Fourth, permit the prisoners to possess private property. Fifth, allow prisoners to walk at will around the penitentiary grounds. Sixth, purchase, using the included funds, victuals of the finest quality, and hire a teacher to instruct in reading and writing, and purchase any equipment necessary for said instruction. His Illustrious Grace, Duke Henry III, believes these changes, based on models popular in the more civilized lands of the South, will result in lowering the rate of crime in all the duchy by showing young offenders a pathway to a new life. Junior Clerk, Philip Jordy, Zimbardo. Seems like a decent idea.
Notes in the journal suggest that straight out of prison, Merton went to the legendary cave. Lebiota was supposed to have hunkered down there once. That's my next destination.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Geralt. Probably not your next destination, but yeah. Go there eventually. Okay. I don't think there's anything else up here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, is this the way down? I believe so. Can we what? Up down here? I believe that means we've done everything in this section. And so this question mark is the one we need to finish up the other vineyard-related quests. Or, well, actually, we've got a third now, but the second of the vineyard-related quests. And so, obviously, that means we'd be going right through this question mark, which... why not do that along the way? Could potentially even deliberately go see what this set of buildings is here, and then go to this question mark, and then go to this question mark. So, I mean, well, we're so close by, it might make sense to go about doing that, because it looks like there's going to be something here, I think. Probably, maybe, possibly, sorta, who knows? Only one way to find out. So, let's go check it out. And that's something over there. I hear something? Yeah. Not entirely sure what that is. At first I thought it sounded like an insectoid, but now it sounds like a bear. Looks like a bear. There's a quest there that we will probably find from the last notice board. Or we may already have it. Okay. In that case, I suppose that means we'll be back there eventually. For that express purpose. So maybe we save that for a different occasion. And we deliberately try to finish this stuff up here. For some reason I'm getting Berserker vibes. I feel like this is going to be a Berserker. It is not a Berserker bear. It is a level 46 bear. Who really isn't bothering us at all. Okay, we come in peace. We come in peace. Yeah, so I think we'll go over to that other village on a future occasion in that case. Once we've wrapped up some of this other stuff. As I was saying a little while back, I think that we have enough things that are kind of... that we're in the middle of. I'd like to wrap a few of them up. That's some kind of wraith. Or is it a draconid? Wraiths.
Damn it.
Are even the wraiths more colorful here? Did they get the memo too? Yeah, I think so. I mean, the wraiths, oftentimes they do have that red helmet-y thing, or whatever you want to call it. Although even the, I'm not sure what the right term would be, but the skirt, for lack of a better phrase, on the bottom half of their body is not as gray as usual. I thought there was another one. Yeah, because this is an abandoned site. In theory means there are more that we've not yet fought. And only once we do that will it get re-inhabited. But where are those enemies? Guessing it's... Oh, that looks like a Leshen over there. One Wraith, one Leshen, and I don't know what this is yet. Can't tell. And there's stuff over there. That seems far enough away that that's probably something different. What's this? Hiding in the corner. You thought I wouldn't see it? No, no, no. Alright, so whatever that is, I'd like to probably not fight at the same time as the Leshen. Are they two Leshens? Are they two Leshens? That sounds difficult. Let's try to fight one Leshen at a time. No, it is not two Leshens. It's a Leshen and some kind of ghost wraith-like looking thing. And we're pretty close to them now, so like one of them's gonna see us here. But they're standing directly on top of each other, so we're not making it very easy to fight one of them. Now, what is that other one? Like a ghost-like creature. Yeah, it is a wraith, and it has now seen us. Okay, it had this kind of weird mist around it that I hadn't thought we'd seen before, but I suppose maybe we had. Okay, not so bad for the raid. Comparatively speaking, I think much simpler fight than a Leshen, though. That's gonna be the real challenge. And we might want to deliberately throw on a relic oil for that. Sword's still doing okay from a durability standpoint. Let's throw on Quen. And Igni is effective against them. Alright, let's Spriggan. Whoa, ho, ho. Is that the... Oh, Spriggan with a P. Hold on. Is this guy tied to one of the Witcher contracts? I thought I remembered seeing that name. Spriggan. Or is that the slightly different type of Leshen that we saw previously? It is, okay. It's just the more specific subcategory. This one looks more like the usual Leshen we encounter. Mostly just because the face, I thought, whoa, no, okay. Does still have the same Spriggan face we saw previously. Yeah, this is the scary part, is that is huge area of effect. And then you have and there, I don't know how we were supposed to avoid that. And he has that crazy, like, grab attack. Please don't do this. Running, somehow. Oh, okay, you teleported on top of us, actually, as it turns out. And I did not go for the Quen, because I thought maybe we could get greedy. And then I got greedy. Okay, you're doing this, and I would like to run, is actually what I was trying to do there, as it turns out. Is it down? I think it's down. It's down. Okay, we've liberated this spot. I think I see some glowing stuff directly in front of us, which would potentially trigger a quest. So this might have been what you were thinking of, although I thought you guys were saying that when I was talking about this spot, or at least I thought you were referring to this spot being the place where you would get the additional quest, but maybe you meant this, and I just didn't realize. Charlotte's Diary. Let's see. We'll read Charlotte's Diary. Ooh. Geralt. So mean. Meticulously kept journal The last dozen or so pages are written in a nervous hand or tear-warped paper. Oh. I'm slowly losing hope that truth will ever get through to Francois. That he will ever truly disappear from my life. All my desperate pleas fall on deaf ears. All my entreaties, my beggings, him to leave me. Leave us alone. I was so foolish and naive to believe he might drop out of sight after he saw Albert and me together. Oh. You know, don't know how exactly the order of operations went through there, but that would potentially be a way to make this person very mad at you. I agreed to meet him after one last conversation. I wanted to explain to him, in no uncertain terms, I cannot marry him, and for him to let me go. But I got drunk, and in his eyes, there was this touching sadness in them. He brought me a purse of jewels as an offering. I poured them out onto the ground and covered them with dirt, saying I will marry him when they sprout into vines. That sounds like a Gaunter situation where it's like, oh really? One moment, please. Oh, would you look at that? Vines sprouting out of jewels. Looks like you have yourself a deal. Francois. He didn't understand. But at least he agreed to leave me alone for the rest of the day. Through the window I see a storm is brewing, and rain will soon begin to pour. Dogs howl to the moon, and the cats have begun their nighttime serenades. This will be a difficult night, and I feel a strange unease. Could it be this is not the end of the story? Interesting. Okay, that had an exclamation point next to it, suggesting that that was going to be something that would trigger a quest, and yet we did not get a quest to start here. How many grapes are there? Oh my gosh. I mean, it is a vineyard, presumably, so I suppose probably a lot of grapes, yes, but still. At this point, we have multiple stacks of grapes flooding our inventory. And admittedly, I was not even looking to see if there are any guards here, but I don't think there are, so good. Night steel sword.
How are things, neighbor?
How you know? Just stealing your stuff. The usual. Okay, so are there any interesting people here that we want to make a point of talking to? Or are they all just generic NPC? Also, there's a pretty significant amount of loot. Much of which, yes, may be junk. But some of that junk is actually somewhat valuable junk. So that, you know, it's something. Not sure there's much else here for us. Unless we can go in, like, is there a main door?
That mug's a fright.
Over here?
After our necks in work, yet they had to make themselves sick.
Can we head in? If we push you aside? Not through that door, at least. This door? Also no. We may have made those people very angry at us. So we can go to the western one if we feel like it. One over here. I mean, it's not far. Suppose we might as well. Once upon a time, we were trying to... Oh, what's this? Hold on. Is this the spot where we saw... Oh, yeah. That's just the spot where we saw that loot previously. Anything over here on this edge? Besides deer? Yeah, but there was a time when we were deliberately trying to avoid doing additional things above and beyond the quest we were currently doing to... Ooh, a bunch of wild dogs. To, avoid leveling up, but that ship has sailed. definitely the strongest wild dogs we've ever fought. I think for the most part, since coming to Toussaint, we've deliberately avoided finding enemies such as those. This looks like our spot here, I imagine. Looks significant, and we're just looking for something significant. Oh, like a fortress. It is. Fort ASTRE ruins. Let's see. Fast travel spot, which is also convenient because we were kind of lacking any in this. We were very much lacking any in this area. Closest thing was Fox Hollow. That will be convenient. Once upon a time, the Lord of Epicia mounted his steed and vowed to complete a full circuit around the castle, riding atop its walls. That sounds like something that we would do. Something stupid like that. Sadly, he did not fulfill his oath and instead plummeted to his doom after a few paces. Cunninghund, his beautiful daughter, swore that day she would only marry the man who could finish his father's deed. Her father's deed. Yeah, that is, that sounds like something custom made for us. Many a stripling lad lost his life attempting to fulfill that comely maid's cruel condition. When finally one succeeded, he surveyed the carnage she had brought and decided she was unworthy of his affections. Realizing with despair how despicably she had acted, Cunninghund threw herself from the castle walls, dying smashed against the rocks below like so many of her unfortunate tutors. Okay, that took a dark twist. You know, I was just thinking, wait, are we... No, other way. I was just thinking, oh, maybe that means that we'll do the challenge and we'll get some kind of reward out of it. But, no, I don't think so. Are we gonna, like, encounter the ghost of her or something? And then she'll be like, sorry, Guilt, you are never coming home, never coming home. In which case, Jordan's like, because this just, like, screams significant fight, doesn't it? Like this big open area. Hello? Hello? Hey, you got the reference. Well done. Well done. Do we try to climb the castle walls? Can't go in there. How do we get up there? Here? Hold on. What is this? More chunk. Just what I ordered. More junk? Question mark? Possibly? Yes. Oh, really? You were actually going to see them? I thought they didn't, I mean, I don't know them that well, but I thought I heard somewhere that, that the lead singer did not like doing shows very much anymore. Oh, right, they disbanded for several years, didn't they? And then only recently, somewhat recently, did they come back together? That might have also been part of it. But come on, Carol, you can do that. I know you can do that. That's not difficult. Or maybe it's the angle is such that, as soon as we climb up there, sliding off, maybe we go up the old-fashioned way. Yeah, all I can say is that I never said... Okay, no, I can't. I'm trying to weave that one in to to some kind of relevant statement, and I was like, nah, all I can do in this situation is just repeat the lines of the song. Whoa, full TOUSSAINT Night set here, which encumbers us. Yeah, they broke up for years and then came back together in 2019. Yeah, that sounds like what I had heard there, but... So yeah, all the more reason to try to catch them once they did come back together, but, well... Then obviously, other stuff happened. Oh. Right. So, can we do other things here? Or is this just kind of a random play? Like, it looks like we should be able to get up there. With some hardcore parkour skills, maybe? Given, especially how, you know, the description we were reading earlier was talking about hardcore parkour. But where do we initiate the parkourage from? This looks like a place where we could potentially do some jumping up. Like this. We walk through that? Can. But for what purpose? Whoa, okay. Well, so... not the smoothest of ways, or well, I suppose in some ways it was a smooth way down. I have no idea. Yeah, I feel like... Whoa, okay, there is a Wraith here. I was expecting for us to encounter one at some point, although I really thought it was going to be in the actual complex itself, not on the outskirts and not running away, especially when we're encumbered so we can't chase you. Is that the same Wraith, or is that just the same one that's... There are two of them, and they are both running away. They're, like, dead set on running away. Are there three of them? Can you not run away? I'd appreciate if you would, you know, like, actually... Still! They do the whole Rory thing, and then they still run away. Okay, now this one's actually gonna fight us. Like, honestly, you can hit me. That's fine. As long as you just actually fight and don't run away. And that's cool with me. Okay, oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, there's a lot of them. Aha! Oh, what, you're still alive? I did not think you were still alive.
Damn, you're ugly.
What? The heck? Where did that one come from? Okay, you will remember once upon a time when you had told me, Vids, I think you overestimate how many enemies spawn in and underestimate how many just exist there to begin with. You cannot tell me that Wraith existed before a few seconds ago. It just spawned directly on top of us. And it does make me wonder if this is just like a random Wraith spawning place, and in theory, this could continue for all of eternity. Especially since we're encumbered right now, so like getting out of here is actually not the most straightforward thing to do. Let's escape, Roach, while we still can. Run! Well, somewhere. I know that that's a steep drop-off, yes, but you'll find a way. We get up here? Now that we've at least created a bit of a distance between where the Wraiths were? Wraiths were broken in more ways than one. That's true. They were the whole running away thing, then respawning directly on top of us when we were in the middle of looting what appeared to have been defeated enemies. That was odd. So yeah, like this, the thing about this place is it really looks like there are additional platforms that we can, well, platform on. So I feel like we're missing something here, but I don't know to what extent it's worth putting in the effort to try to actually scale the walls and what have you. Hold on, save real quick and do some more ambitious parkour. We do this. It's sketchy at best. We were up there previously. Then, like, that looks like there's stuff up there. Potentially, but then how do you get there? Can you, like, jump high enough to go from this onto this? I don't think. Yes, he can. Wow. Okay. This is a bad idea. Like, I doubt he can make that jump, but I mean, that's back where we were before, so there's really no benefit in jumping that way. But, like, if you could jump on that, climb up there, and then see what's up there, gotta be a better way to do that. So, I don't know. I think we'll pass on this area for now, or at least, you know, we got a little bit of stuff here, just not a ton. And, you know, if it turns out that, like, the best loot in the entire game is here and we're missing out, then I guess, you know, we'll make a point of coming back on some future occasion. Kind of looks like something we could knock out of the way. Apparently not. Yeah. So, let's, in that case, head on up to this question mark, which is the one we're looking at to finish the Wine Wars Part 2. Let's get Roach back over here, even though she's basically already here.
Come on, Roach.
That way we don't have to worry as much about being encumbered. So there is a fast travel spot here. I forget, do doors open for Roach? They do not. Do they open for Carols? They do. Go, Roach, quickly! There we go. There is a quest south of here, but we will head back here on a future occasion. Okay, I don't think we checked this tiny little house there. It might be worth checking while we're in the... I mean, we're going kind of in the opposite direction now, but...
Run, Roach.
We're still close enough that that might be worth checking out. Because, yeah, one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, that I was just thinking, is that when we were... Like, take Velen as an extreme example. When we were in Velen, we...
Come on, Roach.
Oh? Maybe this is what we were thinking about. When we were in Velen, we would go on extensive, I mean extensive trips through the vast nothingness when we didn't necessarily have any quests and just look at everything. And that meant that we could say with a lot of confidence that when we explored an area in Velen, we knew that we got just about everything over there. Whereas with this, it's a little more go there for a little bit, then for, like, go to an area for a little bit for a side quest, explore a small area around where that quest is, and then leave, and not necessarily see the full thing. I was gonna say, I saw, you could probably tell when I realized what that was hanging from the tree there, based on my tone of voice. Yes, I know Urine is technically best. Okay, I was kind of waiting for you to, you know, like, give me a sec, well, waiting for my stamina to come back, so that I could then place the urn, so I could then proceed to fight you. Okay, are there gonna be more bugged out wraiths here, or is it just you? 'Cause I'm kind of hoping it's just you. Okay, Journal of a Desperate Man. Also, we'll throw a punch right as I'm opening up that that note, just to startle you even more. Most of the pages are filled with professions of love made to a woman named Charlotte. Can we hear someone saying that they were in love with a Charlotte? Entries are chaotic, undated. Charlotte Cutterin is the love of my life. When she's not near me, I burn with longing. I suffocate with loneliness. I suffer the worst possible torment. How can I make her understand that I, not Albert, am her destiny? Yeah, this is the... Isn't that the... No. It's not the people who were at the castle we were just at, because that was the whole hopping from one edge of the castle to the other, and I don't think... But there was definitely someone. There's an Albert, there was a Charlotte. Those names sound familiar. I've found a solution. The witch from Link's Crag. She will help me end my heart's agony. I shall now have to tighten my belt several notches, but I have purchased a magic elixir for the witch, or from the witch. She said if I convince my beloved to drink it, I will be able to forget my problems forever. Sounds like your typical fairy tale love potion situation. I sold the rest of my possessions and purchased jewels to give Charlotte when I propose. Gods, soon now she shall be mine. As the witch instructed, I mixed the elixir with wine. I prepared... It sounds like mixing magic potions with additional... I guess alcohol tends to be the base of our witcher potions, at least. But, you know, when it comes to medical things of any variety, if you want to call a love potion a medical thing, but combining that stuff with alcohol tends to just dramatically worsen it, or cause really nasty side effects. So that's why I bring that up. But I prepared, which makes me think maybe the witch was deliberately sabotaging this whole effort. I prepared a small picnic near the chapel at Cutterin Manor. My beloved agreed to meet to talk to me, but though she drank my enchanted Est, again, Est sounds familiar as well. We've definitely heard about these people. Still, she refused my proposal. She also spouted some nonsense about only becoming my wife when the jewels I gave her grew into grapevines, yeah. Fell into a strange, hysterical mood and buried my present with her bare hands by their family chapel. Perhaps I need wait before the elixir takes effect? Gods, curses upon that cruel witch. She cheated me. She betrayed... Illegible fragment. The next day I went to Cutterin Manor to see Charlotte, but instead, a woodland monstrosity... Yes, this was where we saw the Leshen. Or the thing that's technically a subspecies of Leshen. A woodland monstrosity had taken over the entire property. So that is the end of my heart's suffering, the foul enchantress spoken of. The elixir brought about the death of my beloved. But death shall not separate us. I'm ready to die. Live with her for all eternity. Illegible fragment. I shall hang for my sins. For love, for Charlotte. Well, you did. New quests. Go along with that. I mean, what do we do? Find the jewels. We've already done the level 47 part, probably. Fighting off that wraith. Wondering about the primeval forest that covered the duchy's frontier, which remained a discovery most macabre. Actually, don't... Macabre is how you pronounce that, right? Deep in the forest, a small hut. Alongside the hut, a tree. Upon the tree, a hanged man. On the ground, directly beneath the corpse, lay a journal. Geralt read it, and all became clear. An unhappy, unrequited love had pushed the young man to commit suicide. I know so many stories that echo this one. Yet this one differed from the others in that evil powers were involved. The journal also mentioned a stash of buried jewels, so Geralt resolved to learn more and directed his steps toward the estate the diary described. I mean, we've been there. I assume it's going to take us back to... Oh, no. Totally different place. Because there was a Leshen at this place right here. I assumed it was just going to take us back there. Punch the desperate man, Geralt. Hooah! Take that. Anything else here? Or are we good? Yeah, we're still already encumbered, and we're going to continue to pick up more stuff here, so that's not going to change anytime soon. Heard a little bit of a rumbling off in the distance there. So, not sure if that was actually anything to be concerned about. Can we go in the... Oh, it's probably whatever those things are there. Can we actually go in this little hut or not? And we have the... Oh, that was the Witcher Gear quest. Okay. So that's why it was sending us all the way over there. Yeah, it's this one is the one we're technically... We were thinking of... Yeah, okay, it does take us back here. Yeah, so that's probably worth finishing that one up then, because it's quite close, and obviously we've been there already. Can we go in? We cannot. That is definitely one thing that does appear to be a bit of a difference between TOUSSAINT and just generally the other areas that we've been, is you can go into far fewer of the buildings, although I would say that the chests and barrels and crates and all that stuff tend to have more in them. So you loot less stuff, but you get more out of the stuff that you do loot. It's probably better, to tell you the truth. It's more efficient, if you will. Okay, got it marked. Let's head over.
Let's go.
And yeah, I'm curious to see where exactly this is going to lead us, because like I said, we've been here before, and we did see some stuff, like, it was this statue, and I looted that over there, but, okay.
We are your debtors eternal.
Oh, sure.
Can I do something for you?
But that is presumably what we're looking for. Oh, diamond, 2 rubies, yeah.
Whoa.
There were definitely some big things there, and you were just standing there right next to them and did not care to look or pick them up. So, thank you for not having taken those.